coffee strong enough. It's a bit milky. Never mind. I'll carry on drinking it. I do like having my desk here. The problem with it is it does sort of smooth me out. It's not really an accurate portrayal of what I look like. See? I don't know why I did that. I had a comment yesterday that has really made me think. It's not the first comment of this type, but it does make me question what I am putting out there and how I'm presenting myself, because I almost don't recognise myself in this comment. Okay, so it's from Natalie, and she says this. I've got a screenshot on my iPad here. She says, this was such a lovely vlog to watch. You always inspire me with your home. We have bought a house 10 years ago, nothing as beautiful as you have, just more of a square, modern kind of house from the 70s. Dogs are barking. I love 70s houses. They usually have lots of storage. The house that I used to own on my own was, I think it was early 70s. Anyway, she says, we still need to do so much to make it homely. And seeing your videos at the moment is a real inspiration. Not about the style so much, more about getting things done. Although I love your style. I just wish I was a person that had a certain style. I feel like that sometimes too, because I like everything. And so it's really, I took a photo of this and it's sideways. It keeps orientating itself funny. Yeah, I love, there are styles I don't warm to, but then there's about 15 other styles that I really love, and then sometimes it's really hard to make them all work together. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's our home. It's just where it's where our hearts are happy. We don't need to do it so that we can be on a TV show or in a magazine. We just need it to serve us and our families, don't we? Okay, so here's a bit I really wanted to talk about. She said, I just really need to make a trip to the secondhand store and declutter my home. How do you manage with 3 children and them growing out of their clothes and toys? Do you keep a lot or do you discard things regularly? Because of the pandemic, I just feel my house is now more cluttered than ever, as I just bought a lot of things online and did not discard anything. It also became such a difficult thing to find happy recipients for things like toys and clothing. Today it feels like everybody has everything in such an overload that they do not really want to get stuff. It would be really nice if you could give me some advice on how to manage this. Even though you might not feel like you are an expert on this, as a mum of 3, I think you are. Lots of love. Oh, I am not an expert. Absolutely not. I'm a muddle maker and I'm a clutter bucket. I make piles. I have baskets of things ready to be sorted out. I wouldn't say I'm a hot mess. I always feel like my house is probably only 2 hours away from being spick and span. Obviously, not a deep dive into cupboards and drawers, but so I don't have advice to give, but I can tell you what works for me, or has been working for me for about 7 years. Just have a slurp of this watery coffee. So 7 years ago, we replaced our kitchen and did a whole heap of work, pulled out the ceiling, pulled down a wall and put in the bifolds. And in doing that and reconfiguring, I thought I had a foam tash. In doing that and reconfiguring, I lost a lot of cupboard space, and I already... Is that someone coming in? We lost a lot of cupboard space, and I already felt that I didn't have enough cupboard space, but I really wanted to have the kitchen configured the way that it is. So I was ruthless, absolutely ruthless. I got rid of, I used to love utensils. I got rid of one of those avocado things that you go like that and it scoops it out and slices it. I got rid of melon, apple corer. I had about 18 spatulas. I had a pastry thing, you know, where you hold the handle. It's got like these slicer things on it. I had so many colanders, sieves. I just had a lot, an enormous amount. I had about 8 whisks. I don't know why. So I pared it all down. I got rid of things like the pineapple corer. I thought, can I deal with the pineapple without using this gadget? And if the answer was yes, I got rid of the gadget. The only thing I got rid of and then regretted and got again was my Pampered Chef chopper. That was the only thing that I got rid of and I missed. So I replaced it. But everything else, I've never missed it. And that spurred me on. I've never stopped editing since then. If I've got a moment and I'm going through a drawer, I look at it and I think, do I need that? Is there anyone I can give it to? Can I give it to a charity shop? Does it need to go to be passed on to school, or if it's craft supplies, all that kind of thing? So the short answer is, just every day when you see something, ask yourself the question, do I need it? Do I love it? Is there something else I have that can do the job? And if there is, just move it on. It's very, very rare that I've moved something on and then I've thought, blast, could do with that. Things like recipe books, I've just stopped buying them. I get things from the library and magazines. I have Amazon Prime, so I flick through them on Amazon Prime. I'm not sentimental anymore, not like I was. I'll do some knitting while I chat. I'm not sentimental anymore, not the way that I was. I used to cling. I'm sent mad. I'm honestly sent mad by the dogs barking. I used to be really sentimental and cling on to things. And of course there are things that I will keep because they are irreplaceable. But in general, I haven't kept oodles and oodles of baby clothes, toddler clothes, toys. I haven't kept an enormous amount of anything. I find that items make noise for me. And my life is quite loud. There's 5 of us in this house. We've got 2 dogs. There's people coming and going all the time. We have a lot of guests. It's stimulating. It's overstimulating for me. And so I like my environment to be peaceful. I think that's why I am drawn to all the peaceful colours. And actually somebody did answer Natalie's comment below and said, I think partly it's because of all the painted furniture and the neutrals. And it is true. I mean, if you've got, let's just take a pile of washing. If you've got a pile of washing that's all pale, white, pastel colours, and it's in a great big pile on your bed, that somehow doesn't look as messy as a great big pile of black, navy, red, shocking pink, bright green, lemon yellow, you know. So I think often my home looks more uncluttered and tidy than it is, just because everything's a bland colour. But also, this house isn't a tiny house, so my stuff is, I've probably got the same amount of stuff as anybody else, but it's kind of spread out. Do you know what I mean? Oh, look, I've been going on for 13 minutes now. by the time I've cut out all the edits of sorting out the dogs, answering the kids, I don't know how long this will be, or whether it's just a load of rubbish. But what I would really like is if you guys have got any advice or want to share your experiences with each other down below in the comments below, because I feel like I've got such a long way to go to. I know it's not about arriving at a point. You never finish decorating and cleaning your home, because it's a constant. It needs doing. You never. It's not like reading a book. You start at page 1, you finish on the last page, and you've read that book. It's not like that, is it? It's just every day. But is there anything that you do that you find is really useful? Things like, I have a bag usually by the front door, and every time I see something and I think, right, that needs to go to the charity shop, or that I think my friend might like that. So for example, the other day, having a tidy up in here, I had 2 of these Omni grids. Where have I put it now? I had 2 of these, and I thought to myself, I don't need 2 of these. Who might make use of it? So I thought of my friend Julie. So I sent her a picture and said, can you make use of this? And she said, yes. Brilliant. So that is now in the bag by my door, so that I can, when I go up to my car, I can take that up, and I can organise my boot into, that's what we call our trunk, into, that's going to the charity shop, that's going to friends, and then I can just disperse it. I also, because I live on a road which gets quite a lot of traffic going backwards and forwards, when the weather's nice, I put things outside my gate with a little sign saying, free, take it. And it always goes. Knackered trunkies that had seen much better days, they went. My old Victorian commode, I bought it from a auction thinking that it was a small chest of drawers, but it was a toilet. I put that out there and somebody took that. All sorts of things. Kids' wetsuits, I just hung them on the fence, pegged a note, free, please take. It works really, really well. Really well. In the village, every now and again, they do a, it's like a, I don't know what they call it. They call it something, but the houses all just put a table out and loads of stuff that they don't want anymore, and you just go shopping on the street. It's great. It's way too long. I'm off. Bye. The sun's got a bit bright. I think I went off on a bit of a tangent, but mostly I wanted to say that what you guys see here is, no matter how much I just pick up my phone and start recording, you are still seeing a curated presentation of tiny little parts of life. So you don't see when I am at my wit's end frustrated with Bill and I literally just want to smack his bum. You don't see when I've asked Wilfred 6 times in the morning, put your water bottle in your school bag, and then he goes off to school, or I come back from the school run and there on the kitchen table is his water bottle, and I just think to myself, for goodness sake. Or when Ted comes home from the farm and he tramples mud all through the utility room, then he takes his wellies off, and then he tramples straw all the way up to the bedroom, stinking the whole place out. Then he'll go for a wee and piddle on the toilet seat. You don't see any of that. You just see all the nice stuff. Like when the sun's coming through my window and it's casting little rainbows everywhere. See? Little rainbows. They're lovely. But, you know, you don't see that pile of clutter there, which is my mending pile. You don't see those 2 baskets over there that I need to sit and sort out. You know, you don't see the crushed cushions and the dirt on the sofa where the dog's been. I even cut out the creaking of my seat sometimes because I worry that it will sound like a fart. So I suppose all I'm saying is I'm no expert. I'm just doing my best, and I haven't arrived at the destination of sorted, but I'll just keep trying. And aren't we all just doing the same? Really? You just got to keep trying, haven't you? You just got to start small and keep going, because you'll never achieve perfection. If you think, right, I'm going to start doing that room and I'm going to do it till it's perfect. Well, that's a big task, isn't it? That is such a big task. It would put me off even trying. 15-minute targeted attacks, brilliant. Put your timer on and go for it like the clappers. And you can do anything for 15 minutes. Maybe you couldn't do the plank for 15 minutes. Well, not straight off anyway. 15 seconds maybe. Oh, that's enough from me. See you later. Here's a thought for you for the day. Why do they call smoothies smoothies when often there are so many pips and seeds in it and they're not smooth at all? They should be called gritties. I'm going to have to sieve this. Oh, we're on a terrible wonk. That's no better. I've just dropped Bill off with Ed, who was the boy we did our lift share with for 5 years. And he's one of Bill's school's absolute success stories. I mean, they have many, many success stories. But success, it shows itself in different ways for different people. But in Ed's case, he joined the school when he was 11, and he was the most frightened, anxious boy. It was heartbreaking. Very, very dyslexic, but very capable and bright. And he just had a wonderful time at school. Absolutely just came out of his shell, gained his confidence to the point where he could stand up and talk in front of a whole congregation of people at the end of year service at church. And he went on to Bath Spa Uni. He's in his last year there now. He's doing extremely well. I think he's doing media studies and graphic design. And he's just a super kid, and he sees himself as a bit of a mentor and buddy for Bill. So when he's home in the holidays, he tries to see Bill. So he's invited him for lunch I've just dropped him off. It's 11:15. I'll pick him up at 2:30. Oh, it just makes me happy that Bill has a friend like Ed. Can you see me? What is going on in here? You've got a giant penguin on you. Is this your den?
No, we need help.
Don't break my little peggies.
We need help.
In what way?